what happened today over in Cambridge, and I love the fact that we got it from the Washington Times here, the National has picked it up here. Massachusetts City rescinds order to remove anti-Warren fake Indian campaign signs. So the campaign sign dubbing Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren a fake Indian no longer faces an existential threat from the city of Cambridge. So Shiva Ayyadurai had requested they were requesting him to remove the banners.
Yes.
We've had him in here. He's a big friend of the radio show here, and we do have him on the phone now. Shiva, welcome.
I thought you were going to say that he asked to call in. I called him. I said, I got to have you, Shiva. Where are you, buddy?
I'm right here, guys. How you guys doing?
All right, pal. Congratulations.
Yes, what a big day for you. Congratulations, Shiva.
What is this always? What do I always say, Shiva? You don't mess with the kid from Jersey.
That's right.
All right, but I kind of like it. So tell us what, bring us everyone up to speed, and also start, why you did it.
Well, look, today's a great day. It's a victory for everyone, not only in Cambridge and Massachusetts, but every American. We did this, as everyone knows, on April 5th. The city issued us with a threat and a fine, saying that they were going to fine us $300 a day if we did not remove the slogan from our campaign bus, which said, "Only the real Indian can defeat the fake Indian." Everyone knows this is a really, really popular slogan because it really hits not at the identity issue, but really at the integrity issue of Elizabeth Warren, that she lied and took away a minority's job who would have gotten that at Harvard, and yet she speaks a lot about helping minorities and the poor, etc. So that's what this was fundamentally about. And so when we put up that slogan, the city said they got anonymous complaints and told us that we should remove that slogan. Now, you got to understand, Chris and Joe, for a year we'd had another slogan up there which said, Shiva for Senate, fight for America, and no one had a problem with that. But when we changed it to only the real Indian can defeat the fake Indian with the headdress and me, that's when it became an issue. So obviously this has nothing to do with a building code issue, which is a way that they faked it on us. This really had to do with the fact that they didn't like our speech. So we took it to federal court, and in the midst of this, I actually escalated it. We said, let's also file a preliminary injunction. What a preliminary injunction means is that we're also requesting the court that during the lawsuit that we should not be fined, which means no accrual of fines. Well, when they saw that we were going to do that, Chris and Joe, then they said, let's negotiate. And they typically, when they do these negotiations, they want to stall you, right? So you don't. It's a stall tactic. So we saw them trying to do that. One point, believe it or not, they wanted me to come in and speak to, believe it or not, another Indian guy who heads up one of the building departments. And, this is an old plantation model. I can talk more about it, right? Have one Indian talk to the other Indian. So I refused to do that, and so they knew we were firm. So on last Friday, they caved in, and we worked out the terms of surrender, which are in the declaration. By law, we have to dismiss it because we're the ones who filed it. Washington Times did a great factual report. AP lied. If you see their headline, they say that, as though we dropped and ran away. I yelled at the AP reporter, and then he changed it to say Dr. Ayyadurai ends. You see, so that's how these guys operate, because they don't want to give people the inspiration that you can, in fact, fight and defeat City Hall, and that's what we did today. Most politicians would not have taken this on. They would have kowtowed to the extortion, but, we did this for the people of America, which I love deeply, and that's what this country's about, right? We're supposed to be defiant.
Absolutely.
We're supposed to stand up, and we're supposed to fight for truth and freedom. Otherwise, you're not an American, in my opinion.
So, Shiva, what does this mean now for the campaign? Hopefully this is going to get you out there to some people. I have the Washington Times article right up here, and that's the first thing I did. I wanted to see how far-reaching this decision was. What is this going to do for the campaign?
Well, it does have. Look, we're the campaign. We're the people who stood up to 40,000 people. If you remember on the Boston Free Speech rally when Mayor Walsh and Baker mischaracterized as a Nazi white supremacist event,
and they essentially almost caused the riot.
Right.
Well, they almost hurt us and the Boston police, who risked their lives, and the 40 of us. Right. So here, I think everyone listening here sees a real fighter here. We're not fake fighters like Elizabeth Warren. We're not fake Indians. We're not the fake deal. We're the real deal here.
Right.
And what you see here is people consistently fighting, and we fought for free speech today, and we won. And what it does for the campaign is I think it gives it the gravitas and the integrity that everyone's seeking now. They're tired of career politicians who lie, who cheat, who fake things, fake handshakes, fake whatever they want to try to win over people. And what we're saying is, look, we put our money where our mouth is. I put my money where my mouth is. I put our time. I mean, most people would not have taken time out of their campaign, but our campaign is about fighting for the forgotten people. That's what this is about. So it's not like you wait until you get into Washington, right?
Is there any reaction, Shiva, that you've heard or saw in the news, or they contacted you from the city of Cambridge or from Elizabeth Warren?
No. You see, they don't want. So part of the reason that they settled, Joe, it's a great question, is because if this had gone to a full-blown lawsuit, we would have subpoenaed Elizabeth Warren. It would have led to interrogatories, right, depositions, and would have likely shown that Elizabeth Warren is the one who inspired these AKA anonymous complaints. We may still do that. We may still file a FOIA on the city of Cambridge, ask them where these complaints came from. But that's what the real exposure is to Warren, right? Because it leads back to her office or some of her compatriots in the Democratic Party or in the establishment. So, they didn't. I mean, look at all the press we got. I mean, that itself was a huge victory. And so they want to very quietly not talk about the fact that they lost. The other big thing is, look, this is a precedent-setting event because we clarified that you put a slogan on a moving vehicle.
Right.
That's been an area of nebulous area, right? The building department can talk about the building, but now we have clarified and set a precedent. Slogan on a moving vehicle, by the way, you're a moving vehicle, I'm a moving vehicle.
Take it easy, Shiva. I've lost some weight here.
I don't know why.
Shiva, let me, we're going to revisit this in just a minute. I want to digress just for a second here. Joe and I have had a lot of stories coming across here. Allegedly, and we talked about this, the Democrats were ready to receive their blue wave. Shiva, upcoming for your election, hopefully, the blue wave is not going to be here. The blue wave seems to be falling apart. Is that what you've been monitoring like we have been?
Yeah, I mean, look, the so-called blue wave, particularly what we're doing by relentlessly exposing Warren, who was supposed to be the tip of the spear, or whatever you call it, that blue wave, right?
Right.
Right. I mean, we've destroyed that wave because first
maybe it's a bow and arrow.
Well, I don't know what she's got. I think we even took that away. We scalped that away from her.
Scalped. I like what you did there.
I mean, what we've done is we sent her 3 DNA test kits. We were relentless. The other politicians were saying, "Don't play identity politics." We said, "Screw that." We played it not because we wanted to play it, because it's the truth. And even the Berkshire Eagle, which is a left liberal newspaper, said she should take my DNA test. Right. So that basically blunted that nonsense right away. Then we filed a federal lawsuit against them on our bus. Most people would have walked away. Now they're sitting wondering what the hell else is going to come. And we may be likely doing something else against the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is the one that perpetrated the attacks on us, on the Boston Common. I mean, the Boston Common issue is not over. I'll tell you that. I do not like what they did to us in the Boston Police Force.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now, I got to ask. Go ahead, Shiva.
That was perpetrated by the Southern Poverty Law Center, which thinks they're the ones. But if you go to their website, Joe and Chris, they have a map of who they call hate people. Right? They're the ones who think they're the adjudicators of hate groups. Well, in my opinion, they're the biggest hate group because they almost got us killed, and they had 40,000 people come after us and the police saying that we were Nazis and white supremacists. So Southern Poverty Law Center is probably going to get hit with a lawsuit. This is just a beginning for free speech.
Oh, good for you. I love free speech.
That was totally irresponsible on their part. I mean, just about a minute here, Shiva. I want to make sure you get the message out, where you might be, how folks can donate, and I know what's very important to you, I think more than money, is boots on the ground here and some people working for you, volunteering. How can we hook up with you?
Yeah, so I'm heading over to City Hall right now. We're going to do a little Facebook, Twitter talk out of there. So if everyone wants to meet us at City Hall, we'll be there with our bus. But our website is Shiva4Senate.com. Shiva4Senate.com. There's a march against Monsanto this Saturday at 1 p.m. on the Boston Common. Everyone knows I'm a PhD from MIT who's done a lot of research, so we'll be, if people come out there and support the march, it's to expose one of the most evil corporations in the country. But Shiva4Senate.com. Help us out. We're here. You know, we are the tip of the wave here. Not the blue wave, but what we call the independent wave, the I wave, the real Indian wave.
The Patriot wave.
The Patriot wave,
right on, brother. Well, listen, you keep the fight up, and you know we love you here at The Answer, and you're welcome anytime.
You. Well, I love you guys, too. You guys are awesome. You represent America and the Patriots. And remember, only a real Indian can defeat the fake Indian.
You said it, buddy. It's on the bus. All right, pal. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Shiva. Good luck, buddy.
You know, again,
okay, bye-bye.
The reason why, and again, we saw this fella one of the first times he brought that bus out. We were on our float at the great.
Oh, yeah. The Southie Parade.
St. Patrick's Day. And I looked at him and I said, and you said, we're having that guy. And I go, what a wacko. We're not having that guy. And then when you actually sit down with him.
And you learn more about him.
You learn about what he's trying to do and his background. You know, again, you have to kind of, and this comes like from the guy from Boston talking here. I mean, here I am on a Christian conservative radio station. It took me a while. You know, I needed to get noticed, so I did some things in my early career that were kind of crazy, but that's what Shiva has to do to fight against this big blue machine, this machine that actually thinks that they're entitled, it's their seat. Just give it to us. Don't you understand? Elizabeth Warren is royalty.
And where is she right now?
Hello?
She is noticeably absent. Lizzie, you are welcome to come on and call us at 844-249-5247. So this one is going out to you, Shiva.
She's just scared.
Celebrate. WROL. Good luck, Shiva.